Yes, it is. The land of make-believe. That's what it is in Carolina, as the Carolina Panthers and their fans are being unrealistic, delusional, mistaken. They have false hope. They are completely confused because they got the number one draft in the NFL in Bryce Young from Alabama. This team really, really believes, and its fans believe, that they are a playoff contender. And right now, they're nothing more. I repeat, they are nothing more than a 9-8 team. If they are lucky, why should this fan base believe, because Bryce Young is here and they haven't had any quarterback since who knows when, that they are now going to go to the playoffs and possibly even win the Super Bowl? It is crazy, ludicrous, just unbelievable that they can believe like this. You know what? They do have a quarterback. They do have a great defense. They're only missing one thing: skilled position players on offense. They're missing skill. They have no receivers on this team. Let's look back, folks. Let's just go back 4 years. 2023, the Chiefs win the Super Bowl. They have a great quarterback, Patrick Mahomes. Travis Kelce gets what? Over 1,300 yards receiving. He's a tight end. Juju Smith-Schuster, 933 yards on that same team. 2022, the LA Rams. What could you say about Cooper Kupp? Almost 2,000 yards receiving. Unbelievable year. They add along with Odell Beckham Jr., then they got Van Jefferson. That was great position skill players. 2021, the Bucs. They have Mike Evans and Chris Godwin, both of them over 1,000 yards receiving. And then how about the 2020 Kansas City Chiefs with Tyreek Hill and Travis Kelce, both getting over 1,000 yards receiving? That is why those four teams won the Super Bowl the past 4 years. So why not the Carolina Panthers this year, you ask? Well, they got no receivers. Their number one receiver is Adam Thielen, who is probably a number two receiver on any other team. Yes, he had 1,000 yards in 2017, 2018. Last 2 seasons, he's only averaged 700 yards receiving. That cannot be your number one receiver. Folks, understand this. When you don't have a number one receiver, they can double team that guy now in Thielen, and you're relying on a number 3 receiver to do the work of a number 1 receiver. It don't happen. It's the wrong formula. After Thielen, you have DJ Chalk, who had 1 year with Jacksonville, had over 1,000 yards. But since then, hasn't done anything. Last year, 502 yards. Terrence Marshall, you can't tell me, folks. That's like the Titans saying Traylon Burks. You know, Terrence Marshall has gotten, last year was the most receiving yards he's ever had. It was 490 yards. That's his career high. So you say, okay, but 2 of those teams had great tight ends. Yes, but Carolina doesn't have one. Hayden Hurst ain't it. 414 yards last year, career high. 517 yards is what he has in his career. This team needs a number 1 receiver. They do not even have a chance without picking up a receiver. Unfortunately, there's not much out there except for DeAndre Hopkins, and who knows what's going to happen there. But I'll tell you what, folks, this is a very similar Carolina Panther team then that is like the Tennessee Titans in the other Southern Division in the AFC. Right now, I believe that a Hopkins or a number 1 receiver will take the Carolina Panthers further than it would take the Titans. Bryce Young can't do it alone. None of these previous quarterbacks I mentioned today has done it by themselves. This team is nothing better than a 9-8 team. If they don't go out and get a number 1 receiver, there's going to be a lot of disappointed, confused fans that really had high hopes that are going to really be let down because they are nothing close to a playoff team without a number 1 receiver. Love to get your feedback. Love to get your thoughts. Leave comments underneath, folks, or go to franklyspeakingsports@gmail.com. I'm Larry Frank, Frankly Speaking